Hey, and welcome to Right On Precision Hunting and Reviews. I'm Tristan, and today we're taking a look at one of my favorite rifle scopes. Now, if you're interested in the ring system that this lovely optic is sitting in, like I just said for the review of the ring system, I will tell you what rings it is, but the review is for the scope. And if you're interested in the rings, you can go back and watch a full review just on the rings. It is the Spur Quick Release QDP 3602. So that's all I'm going to be talking about, the ring system, in this review video, because this is all about the optics. And if you want to know more about the rings, go and watch the other video. Okay, so this, like I just said, is one of my favorite rifle scopes. It is a 1 to 8, so 1 being its minimum power, so it's a true 1 magnification, to 8 being its maximum magnification, with a 24mm objective lens. It has a 30mm main tube body, and this is a March scope. So March makes some absolutely, or when I say some, they make the best rifle scopes that planet Earth has to offer, in my opinion. I really do truly feel that they are the best. I haven't seen anything, and I have seen and played with a lot of rifle scopes that really compare to these. This is a handmade product out of Japan. Each and every rifle scope is handmade by a optical engineer. There's no production line. When I say there's no production line, Charlie doesn't fit scope turrets to 15 scopes today. Today, one person makes one scope from start to finish. This scope started life as a solid block of aluminium or aluminum, depending on what country you come from. They then mill it down. So let's have a look at the door underneath that all scopes have to get into, put all the optical glasses and everything in there. And when we look under the scope for that door, what would you know? There is no door. It's totally sealed. So the way that they do it, and the way that they put everything in first, is, like I say, it starts life as a solid block of alloy, and then it gets machined down there. They don't put a door in there and flip everything through and make sure that door's waterproofed. So it's just a really, really good feature. Now, getting to some of the nitty-gritty specs of this optic, because like I say, it really is one of my favorites, and I love it. It's, would you believe, it only weighs 560 grams with the illumination option. That's what is it, 19.75 ounces. Now, if you wanted it without the illumination function, you do save a little bit of weight. It's 530 grams or 18.6 ounces. So it's a very lightweight scope as well for lightweight rifles. This one sits on my foxing gun, which is all carbon fiber now. Or when I get it back, it will be anyway. They have a brilliant eye relief. It's from 86 to 98 millimeters. This particular one is in MIL-Rads, and it has 56 milliradians of elevation from new available, and you've also got 56 MIL-Rads of windage built in. So let's just turn the windage dial so you can hear these turrets if the microphone will pick up on it. Just so beautifully clear and so direct. The noise is just one of the best things about it. You have a side focus as well. The side focus, would you believe, starts at 10 yards and goes, of course, to infinity. Now, the way that the illumination works, basically, it's a very good system. You have on and off. That's all there is to it. But of course, you have 6 different levels. So you pick your levels here. Say I wanted level 5, and then it's just on and off. Nothing changes. It has an auto off feature, which is a great thing as well. So you just left that there, sitting on level 3, and then just on and off for your illumination. Now, it is available without illumination as well, as an option. Like I did mention, you have a 30mm scope tube. Now, at the moment, these are not the These are not the scope turret, the scope caps that the scope comes with, so I should have swapped those over. But these ones here are the Vortex Defender caps, and hey guys, I call a spade a spade. I like the Vortex Defender caps because they're rubberized, and I think they sort of protect the body a little bit more, and they have a very positive lockout. They have a Velcro pad there. I haven't set this one up as yet, but as you can see there, if I can pick it up off the table with my big fat fingers, they have a dope card that you can put the Velcro on the other side. Hence this one just fell out in like that, and when you flip up your cap, you've got a quick reference guide for some holdover, some scope value, should I say, and the front one's the same. So there's like that. And if you like those Defender caps, I've done a full review on it. You might like to go back and watch it. The total length of this unit is 258 millimeters, so it's a very, very short scope. Once it's on the rifle, it sits all the way back, not very much, it's, once it's back on my rifle, you don't see much hanging too far forward, so it really is a good thing. The zero stop. Okay, so for the people that don't know what a zero stop function is, I'm going to demonstrate what the zero stop function is because mine's on at the moment. Let's just say, if I can bring this around without bumping the camera. Yep. So as you can see, I'm on 0, so that's 100 meters. When I'm on 0, that means I'm at my 0, which is, for me, I'm 0 at 100 meters. So I have been asked to dial. I'm not looking, am I? I don't know if I've gone 1 or 2 revolutions up, other than, of course, seeing the dial, the markings under there, but I'm currently up all the way there, and then I was shooting a long way. Then I have to go back to my 0, so I have to go back down. Now, do I look where I'm going, so I'm even further up? I don't want to look. I'm not looking. My thumb's in the way. There you go. Well, I've actually set mine so I can go below my 0, but then you come back up. Then you go back down, and it just stops. So no matter how high you are, so I'm up on 5 mils, don't look. There you go. Back to 0. So basically what a zero stop feature is pretty self-explanatory. It stops at 0 automatically. It locks out, and you set that. The way that you set it now, I would buy this March scope and spend the extra money for it purely because of this one zero stop feature. Okay, let me get. You can use a coin. I'm just going to use a screwdriver because I've got one sitting here handy. Normally the way, or what you would do, and I have also done a video just on the zero stop function of this scope. Normally what you would do is take this whole cap off, put your fingers down into the bowels of the scope, into the grease. In some models, you would get these little cam locks, you bring them out, you undo them, making sure not to turn this because, hey, you've got it off, and if you turn it, then you're stuffed because you've got different elevation. You're doing this in the field, mind you, and you've got to change and put Allen keys down into the thing and turn it until you feel it bottom out. Then you turn it back, let it bottom out, then you screw it back down tight again. It's an absolute, pardon the French, guys, I don't like to swear on videos, but it's a shit fight. Okay, this is my zero stop is currently on. Now let's turn my zero stop off. Zero stop off, zero stop back on. So say you have never shot your rifle scope before and you just set your rifle to 0 and you want to set your zero stop, you put a flat blade screwdriver or a coin in here, turn that down, and you're set. It's on and off. That's literally all it is screwing that down. That's all there is to it. There's no greasy fingers, there's no cam locks, there's no nothing. It's just the most basic system there is. If you don't know how to screw that down, don't buy a rifle. Okay, now there is a little, you can see here the little screws. So what that means is you turn your zero stop back off, just wind that screw back out, and you can, in that first instance when you're setting up your rifle, you just loosen 1, 2, 3 screws, and then use turn this cap, because you won't be indexing any elevation, you turn it to your 0, and then you just do up those 3 screws and you're done. So the cap will then be zeroed for your 0 point where your bullets are impacting. You then dial that down for your 0 stop and you're done. That's all there is to it. So the final thought on the 1 to 8 by 24 millimeter March hunting scope with its reticle in the first focal plane, absolutely brilliant. I I absolutely love this scope. I would endorse it and use it and recommend it to absolutely anybody at all. Now let's just take a look at the reticle for the people that would like to see it. That's what it looks like. Okay, so people think, oh well, that's not too bad while you're up on your, for a first focal plane, that's not too bad while you're up on your full power. And I've just turned on the illumination, which only illuminates the 2 rings, as you can see there. While you're up on your 5 power, well, I'm not up on my full 8 power. I'm actually on 1 power right at the moment. So let's just show you that. I was on 1 power. So the reticle is not too small. You've got a really good size reticle. Now let's just go back in. This is what it looks like up on full 8 power. And you can see there I've got the hash markings for my milliradians, so I can hold my windage, I can hold my elevation if I wanted to, and those rings are absolutely critical. Once you realize and once you look at these scopes, I would always tell people, and I always do tell people, work out the true value of your rings on your, every cartridge is going to be different. Work out that when you're at your 0, what is the aim difference, or what is the point of aim difference from your bullet landing in the center on the crosshairs to the first ring to the second ring, because they will be your kill, this is a hunting scope, they will be your kill vitals. So I know that on this particular scope, no matter where I am, if I just hold that center ring on a large animal's sort of front legs, it's going to die. It is very, very good rifle scope in that respect. But then being obviously so sharp, you can then go and sort of fine tune it. That's the power button there. We just turn that off just so I can show you what it will look like when it's blacked out, just like a normal black scope. And then there you go, it turns back on again. So the only thing that illuminates is the inside crosshairs, the first and the second ring. The other thing you'll notice with the March scope, can you see the outside posts are triangles? So when you are down on your, and I'm just dialing it back down, when you are out on your lower settings, because they are triangles, as soon as you look at it, as you're probably noticing, your eye is drawn to the center of that scope, and that's where you want it to be. Your eye is naturally just drawn straight into the center of the crosshairs. Just an absolutely unreal scope. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will get to your questions, no doubt. If you like the review, please like it. Subscribe if you'd like to have us to be notified as we make more videos, and you can do us a favor and share it around if you like. I'll get that dope card back in there later. That's the March scope 1 to 8 by 24. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you on our next video.